crypto-focused Silvergate Bank closing down its operations and liquidating after market meltdown. What is going on, guys? Brandon here. Mackenzie Sigalos wrote an article, and she seems to be an awesome, uh, you know, journalist or reporter on these issues. I'm not sure what she is actually. If she's a journal or she's a reporter, investigative journalist, what she is. So someone in the comments, let me know what she is. But I see her in different Bitcoin space and stuff like that. Just always asking really interesting questions and seemingly always ready to learn. And so I appreciate the work she does. And Silvergate Capital, again, really famous for giving out loans, which I don't think it says in here about the loans they've given out with like Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. I don't see it in here at all. But apparently, they had in the past given loans to Michael Saylor, and just a fraction. Michael Saylor's not in trouble. He's actually commented about this recently, so there's nothing against Michael Saylor. But this is how you might know Silvergate. Michael Saylor getting loans or some leverage to buy more Bitcoin and using Silvergate as that bank. So again, this is why you have to custody your Bitcoin in your own cold storage wallets. This is why Bitcoin is meant to really be bought, put in cold storage, and then used on a day-to-day basis with as you would any other true money monetary system. It used to be dollars, it used to be gold and silver, stuff like that. Dollars are debt. It's just fiat, worthless paper. So in a Bitcoin world, it's beautiful. I mean, it's so simple. It's so easy. I've been to conferences where we literally just all operated Bitcoin. It was the easiest, quickest, smoothest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's not true. Again, people think, oh, Bitcoin, it's just money, perfect money you buy and then don't do anything with. And that's just not true. The people everywhere, Madeira, El Salvador, Central African Republic, you go to any Bitcoin conference. So there's Bitcoiners all over the place. I mean, there's some loud people on Twitter that say we're just huddling it all the time and not doing anything. And yeah, there's a good chunk of people that it has to go through these stages of becoming that reserve asset first and then becoming more of a currency. So yes, it is getting there. I think the biggest thing is, every time I talk to any business owner, I'm always asking them, hey, do you guys accept Bitcoin? Because I will gladly pay in Bitcoin, and you spend and replace. You go, whatever you spend, you just go buy back more Bitcoin at that time and spend and replace. Or you go buy Bitcoin first if you know you're going to make a purchase and then spend it with Bitcoin. So that's how you do these things. That's how this transition comes. It comes from reserve asset first and then goes into a currency because the people have spoken from bottom up. Government doesn't produce currency or money. They produce currency. They don't produce money. Money is Bitcoin, gold, or silver. It's actual hard work, proof of work, value that comes from energy being expended. That's it. It has to be something that is worked for. When governments are printing currency, they are stealing all that energy, all that time and work from their people. That's it. They're stealing it from a fraction of every dollar in existence from everyone that has it outstanding. That is it. That's how they are stealing it into existence and counterfeiting it into existence, and they get to legally counterfeit. That's what governments are doing. Private money issuance is how money comes into play. It's between two parties transacting value together. It's not from government. That one mind switch completely destroys every narrative pretty much in the world we are operating in. And that right there is seeing the wizard behind the curtain. Those are the keys to the kingdom. If you can understand that, you understand everything in the world. And again, we're in this world of follow the science and this and that. It's follow the money. If you understand money and how it works and what we just talked about 2 seconds ago, you understand everything that's happening. You understand why medical, pharma, and all these companies are doing the things they do in these public-private partnerships. It's all about this broken money, because it is no longer money. It's just currency. And these guys get to shuffle it around, financialization, a little arbitrage here, a little arbitrage there, making the spread here, 3% there, 1% there, 0.25% there, and they get to arb you to death. They get to arbitrage you to death with fees, assets under management, with taxes, inflation, and on and on and on. And that game is never won by the 99%. It's only the people at the top hobnobbing in DC and going to Ivy League schools and are born into certain families. That's it. So Bitcoin, true money, and gold and silver was for thousands of years, that threatened their existence. Now Bitcoin truly threatens their existence because it's now moving at the speed of commerce. It is gold times 1,000. It's digital collateral, and it can move at the speed of commerce. Now we have something that gold and silver couldn't do, and now we have something that threatens the global power structure, the one world government, the new world order, that threatens them to death. And that's why you see the politicians, you see different global organizations scrambling and trying to put Bitcoin back in the toothpaste tube, but you can't. It's too late. So Silvergate collapsed. I appreciate you listening to my TED Talk just now, but it's so important. And we talk about this all the time, but if you don't understand that veil, none of this makes sense. If you don't understand the veil of money that's being played by, just academia not teaching money and what's actually happening, government-run schools not teaching money, what it actually is, then you don't understand anything. You're operating in the wrong world, and you're going to work every day for something that's not true. Those are very hard facts to come by, and that's why the work we're doing with Bitcoin trading cards, stuff like that, and the company that Aladdin has created is making hard concepts easily understandable, and concepts that scare people easily understandable. So Silvergate said, in light of recent industry and regulatory developments, Silvergate believes that an orderly wind down of bank operations and a voluntary liquidation of the bank is the best path forward. All deposits will be repaid, but the company didn't say how it plans to resolve claims. The liquidation comes just after they shut down one of their other networks, the Silvergate Exchange network, and they delayed some of their filings. They laid off a bunch of people, about 40% of their workforce here, just in the last few months. And like I said, delayed filings, their K1s, or their 10Ks, their 10Ks. And I'm thinking of tax time, I'm thinking of K1s. So I'm sure all of you are too. Fun, love tax time, love government theft. It's amazing. So this is the big thing at the end of the day. Investments firms Citadel Securities and BlackRock recently took major stakes in Silvergate, buying up to 5.5% and 7% respectively. So again, when people say like, oh, look at how's Bitcoin doing, or how, this has nothing to do with Bitcoin. This is just a random bank. Again, when you keep trying to play the got you game and not understanding what money is and the game that Bitcoin is playing, taking out central banks, taking out all the fake currency in the world, all the fiat currency, and destroying it, putting it in a bonfire, in a black hole, and evaporating all of it and incinerating it, which will continue happening every single day, TikTok, next block, every 10 minutes, then you understand the game that's being played, and then you want to start removing yourself from the fiat currency, the liabilities on your balance sheet you think are assets. You think saving dollars are assets. Maybe in the short term for a couple months they are to pay your bills day to day. That's an asset to you, but it's not. It's losing you purchasing power every single day. That's why the rich get richer, because they know they're not in dollars. Most rich people don't have dollars. They have assets. They don't save, right? Rich dad, poor dad. Lesson number one, the rich don't work for money. They work for assets. So that's the inflation game. When you're in inflation environments, you have to hedge with assets. You cannot save dollars because you'll get crushed. So savers are losers. You have to save hard assets, hard money, Bitcoin, gold, silver, real estate, maybe stocks potentially, stuff like that. So you have to save an asset. So this is big in the sense that it could produce good buying opportunities, cheaper sats for the savvy person who understands money. Other than that, it's a nothing burger at the end of the day. But it's news and has to be reported on, has to be talked about, and the education has to be proper, and the truth has to come out about these things. Because you have a lot of people saying, "Oh, look at this now," but again, Bitcoin does its thing, and we'll be there again every 10 minutes doing its thing. So I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk. Again, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Please share this out if you feel inclined, because as we know, the algorithm hates truth. This is not financial advice, it's freedom advice. Time is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is time. So be very careful with both of those things. Spend it though, spend and replace, and get the circular economy going. You'll be glad you did, and your family will thank you. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.